I grew up here in Houston. I went to St. John's School. I was a lifer, kindergarten through 12th grade. My dad was a lawyer, and my mom actually ran some office buildings on the Gulf Freeway that her dad built in the 50s. And I have two sisters, and we all went through St. John's together, a little dynasty. We're all very close to each other and enjoyed each other's company in a way that not everybody in life gets to, so I feel very grateful for that. I have a daughter who's a senior. She's graduating from college this year, and then her little brother just started. My husband is the funniest person I know. We laugh a lot. Like, that's our main hobby together. You know, like some people take up golf. We just sit around cracking each other up. I knew that I wanted to go to a school that had a strong English program. I actually decided to go to Vassar for two reasons. One, they had no math requirement, and also Meryl Streep went there, and I was like, done, sold, I'm going. I wanted to be a writer when I got to Vassar, and I was horrified to realize that like almost every other kid at Vassar also wanted to be a writer. I won the Vassar College Fiction Prize my senior year. I got into U of H with a fellowship, but when I applied, my uncle was a little bit plugged in to this sort of literary scene around Houston, and when he heard that I applied to this program, he was like, oh, sweetheart, that's a really competitive program. So I was extra delighted when I got in, and I got to go and I got to teach freshman English as a TA at U of H. And it was a great program, you know, it was just full of people from all over the country. When I was at U of H, I was doing very sort of literary writing. I would say that my entire writing life from U of H forward has been a kind of lovely process of de-snobification, because I really do think that the only compass you can follow as a writer when you're writing a story is your own. But Gordon, my husband, was certainly the start of it all, because he is the reason that I authentically, genuinely believe so much in happy endings. I had processed everything through writing. I had become a mother. My whole understanding of love had been redefined, and I hadn't written anything, like not even a grocery list for like a year. And I told my sister I was feeling weird. My sister, during that conversation, dared me to write a novel. I had this one-year-old baby who I was hanging out with all day, every day, going to the park, you know, doing all the baby stuff. And then I would put her to bed at night, and I would tiptoe out, and I would go and write for like 3 or 4 hours at a time. And so I wrote my first novel in this moment when I was feeling very immersed in motherhood. We went to the park with a friend, and we ran into a woman in our neighborhood who was a published novelist. My friend just marched right over, and she was like, that's my friend Katherine over there. She's got a novel in a drawer. I've read parts of it. It's really funny. Do you want to help her get it published? And this very kind lady who, like, I could see the fear on her face from like 50 feet away, she kindly agreed to read the first 3 chapters, and she wrote me back the next day, and she said, I know I told you at the park that my agent wasn't taking any new clients, but now that I have read your first 3 chapters, I would really like to pass them along to her if that's okay with you. And so I then emailed off this manuscript to this woman, and within a week she had offered to represent me. So really, for me, motherhood and writing are so entwined. And when I got this call that the University of Houston was going to give me this award, I felt very teary-eyed. I went through my time at U of H just with my head down, and it's easy to be forgotten. So thank you to the University of Houston for remembering me and giving me this honor. And then I also have to thank my mom and my husband. They can duke it out for, you know, who gets top billing. My mom has believed in me my entire life. Even when I did not believe in myself, she was confident that somehow it was all gonna work out. And then Gordon has taught me everything useful that I know about love. So I feel astonished every time I think about how much I lucked out with those 2 people.